Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Pilates workout for the day. I'm so excited that you're joining us today. If you haven't joined before, I kind of like to switch up these workouts. Sometimes I'll add in some HIIT, and other times we'll just focus on certain spots in our body that we want to get into. So today we're going to be focusing on that core, getting it fired up and getting it feeling strong. So we're going to start. I have a pair of ankle weights. If you want that extra fire today, you can put those on. I have 1 pound on each leg. And then I'm also going to be using this small Pilates ball. So we're going to get started. This is going to be a short workout today. So if you want to add it on to something, this is a great one to add on to a run or a bike or something like that. Or if you want this just to be your workout for the day, that's awesome too. So let's get started. Feet are going to be flat on the mat, grounding them into that mat. Slight bend in your knees to start. Pilates ball is going to be in between your hands. So to start, we're just going to focus on pulling that core in and then expanding through those ribs. So in Pilates, when you're breathing, you want that inhale to expand your ribs out side to side, and then the exhale to pull everything back together, zipping that core together, feeling like your ribs are coming back in, and then also focusing on that pelvic floor coming up at the same time. So you're going in and up. So we're going to use the ball to mimic that. So as you inhale, let your hands expand from side to side. Your ribs are going from side to side. As you exhale, push into the ball with your hands and press your ribs back together, zipping up that core, pulling that pelvic floor up at the same time. Inhale, expand through those ribs, let the ball go loose. Exhale, press into those hands as you pull that core back together. Good. This is a really great one also if you're pregnant, to focus on pulling that pelvic floor up and back. Super, super important to protect your baby when you're working out. So a great one to come back to, relaxing those shoulders, just focusing on that core here. Good. Last two. Last one. Awesome. Shake that out for a second. We're going to draw our hands up above your head. A little squeeze on the ball just to keep it there. We're going to start to bring one knee in, bring the ball down towards that knee, and then opposite knee comes in. You're just bringing it up in parallel to start here. Still focusing on that breath. The inhale expands those ribs out. Exhale, pulling everything together as you bring that knee up. Thinking about that core in this movement. Pulling that knee up and letting it go back down, using that core here. Standing up tall. Good. Last 3, 2, last 1. Good. You're going to bring the ball over to the side now. So you're kind of doing this side bend here. We're going to bring our right leg out to the side. Slight bend in your left knee. You're going to bring that knee in and then bring it back out. So you're activating that oblique now. You can kind of do a slight twist over towards the knee with your body and then go back into straight, expanding through that side. As you come out, the ball goes overhead, tapping that toe down. Elbow to knee here. Really try to focus on that muscle, on that oblique, as you pull the knee in and the elbow in. And then expand through that side body as everything goes back out. Good. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to drop your leg out behind you. Ball's going to be overhead. You're at a slight lean, forward lean now. Ooh, little bug. You're going to give me a slight bend into that front leg, so that left leg. You're going to pull your knee in. The ball's going to tap into the knee, and then expand everything back out. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lengthen. You can go a little quicker here. Get that heart rate up, but focusing on that core still. So if you need to slow it down, that's awesome too. Keeping that bend in the standing legs, we're getting that work too. But the focus is really on that core here. Good. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Shake that out for a second. We're going to take a little side bend over to that side, expanding through those ribs. Awesome. And then we're going to switch over to the other side. So ball's going over to the other side. That left leg is out to the side now. You're going to bring the elbow toward the knee, looking towards that knee, and then twisting back out, expanding as you inhale. Activating the oblique here. Getting that length through the body on that inhale. Good, you guys. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping that leg behind you. Now you have that slight forward lean here. Length through that left side. You're going to pull the knee in. Ball goes into the knee. And then step that foot back. You can speed it up a little bit here again if you want to. But really focusing on using that core to pull the knee in. Slight bend in that standing front leg. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that down. Shake it out. Let's take a side bend over to this opposite side, expanding through those ribs. Good. We're going to take that series one more time, standing, and then we will make our way to the mat. We'll be nice and warm in that core. So ball's going to go overhead. We're going to start with those marches, alternating legs, using that core to pull that knee up and let it go back down with that core. So if you need to slow down the movement here to really feel that, really try to focus on that core. So bring your mind into the core so you're not pulling the leg up with those leg muscles. Standing up tall. Lots of power in this movement here. Good, you guys. A couple more here. 5, 4, slight squeeze on that ball. 3, last 2, last 1 here. Awesome job. Shake that out for a second. We're going over to that side. Ball's going over to a diagonal here. Left leg is going to be out. You're pulling the knee in, elbow to knee, twisting over to the side, and then opening everything back up to look forward, lengthening through that side body. Slight bend in your standing leg. Don't hyperextend there. Using your oblique to pull that knee and elbow together. You can take that slight twist if it feels good for you. Twisting over, looking towards that knee, and then straightening everything back out. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping that leg behind you. Ball's going overhead. You're giving me that slight forward lean. Bending into that right leg. You're going to pull knee into the ball and then step it back out. You can take this a little quicker if it feels good for you today. focusing on that core, pulling the knee in. Whew. I'll slow down for a second. Good. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out for a second. Take that side bend over. And we're going over opposite side. Right leg's going out. You have a slight bend in your left standing leg. We're taking that oblique to pull the knee in, elbow to knee, and then lengthen everything back out, lengthening through that side body. Good, you guys. Awesome. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stepping that right leg behind you. Slight forward lean here. Let's make sure my mic is on properly. Okay, ball is in those hands. You're gonna take the ball into the knee, pulling that knee in with your core. Trying to stay low in that standing left leg here. Good, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, awesome job, you guys. Shake that out. Take that stretch over, opposite side, letting that length come through that side body. Good. And then we are going to make our way down to the mat and start our core on the mat. Okay, so making our way to the mat, we're gonna go onto our left elbow to start. If you're mirroring me, we're gonna bring this ball just in front of us, and you can put slight weight into it, but try not to put too much weight into that ball with your right hand. We're gonna start with our legs at a 90-degree angle. So hips and knees are in line with each other, and then ankles are in line with your knees. So you have this 90-degree angle here. I have my ankle weights on. If you want that extra fire here, first things first, let's focus on pulling that core back and in, okay? So get that core to activate here. If that's all you can do today, that's awesome. But let's keep that core active. If you ever need to come back to this position, make sure that core is active. Let's do that. So we're gonna start just bringing that knee up, ankle up, so that whole leg is coming off that bottom leg, and then slowly set it back down. So we're working on some transverse core here. So this is gonna go into your side and into your back. Super, super important muscles to work for just everyday life, keeping that transverse core strong. Great for repairing diastasis also. Good. Last 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna add on here, kicking that leg out, bending it back in, and then dropping the leg down. Good. Good. Last 3, 2, last 1. We're gonna go here, kicking the leg out straight, so you're getting length through that side body, bending it back in, and then bending the leg down. So you're going here, kicking that leg out straight, bending the leg back in, and then letting it go down. So when you're coming down with that knee, you really wanna try to activate that inner thigh and your core to bring that knee down, and don't just drop it down. So really put emphasis and intention into that movement. So every little movement you're working muscles here, and not just letting the movement take over on its own. Good. Last 3, 2, last 1. We're gonna hold out straight, tiny pumps, up an inch, down an inch. Feeling that length through your side body, pressing up through this opposite side that's setting down on the mat as well. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Tap that out for a second. We're gonna combo that all to finish here. Okay, so again, activation through that core, feeling that body strong here, feeling that core be strong, pressing up through that elbow so you're not dumping it into your shoulder here, pressing it out. You're gonna bring that leg up, kick it out. You're gonna drop it down to the mat, lift it, bend it back in, and then come back down. So you're going here, kick it out, drop it down to the mat, lift it up, bend it, and then drop that knee back down. Kick, down, up, bend, and drop. Awesome, you guys. Last 4. 3. Last 2. Oops, I messed that one up. Last 2. Good. And last one. Awesome job, you guys. Pump that out. We're gonna come up into a full side plank here. So if you wanna stay on your knees here, that's totally fine as well. If you want that full challenge, we're gonna come up into a side plank. The ball can go into your right hand now, so take it into your right hand. We're gonna go up, arm goes up to the sky, to the ceiling. We're gonna twist underneath, bringing that ball underneath your body, and then come back out. Arm goes overhead. So you're twisting under. Good. Getting that full rotation. Using your core to twist here. Using your breath, inhaling. Exhale as you twist. Good, you guys. Last 3. 2. Last one. Ball's gonna go up overhead. Tiny pulses, up an inch, down an inch. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, you guys. Set that down. We're gonna take a little mermaid stretch so that left leg is gonna bend in and your foot is gonna be on top of that right thigh. So you're going into this mermaid stretch here. We're going over, up and over. So think about lengthening up first and then bending over to the side, getting that stretch through that side body. Awesome work, awesome work. Okay, let's take it down to our backs and then we'll finish on that opposite side after this. So you're gonna take the ball, we're gonna go underneath your left leg. So right leg is going to be free of the ball for right now. We're gonna take our hands behind our heads, open up those elbows so you're opening up that chest. So you're not gonna be crunching in your elbows like this. You want them to be in your peripheral slightly, but you want those elbows to be wide. You're gonna crunch up, looking towards your core. So pressing your head into your hands so you don't strain your neck, so don't pull your neck with your arms. Just press that head back, let it relax. This knee is gonna stay over this hip to start, so you're just pressing the ball in to take the pressure out of that hip flexor here. Opposite knee is gonna be in tabletop. We're gonna start to dip that leg down and then pull it back up, knee goes over the hip. So you're dipping it down, pulling it up, just moving through that right leg to start, or whichever leg doesn't have the ball. Slow little movements here. Good, you guys. Last 3, 2, last 1. You're gonna start to straighten through that leg and bend it back in. Straighten and bend, straighten and bend. You can always do this with your head down as well. Just making sure we're not arching through that back. Pressing your tailbone down into the mat. Pulling that core down. Zipping that core together. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to start to bicycle that right leg. So you're going to bend it in, straighten it up towards the ceiling, bring it down towards the floor, and then almost run your toes along the floor. It doesn't have to be that low. As you're coming in, using our breath here. Last 3, 2, last 1. We're going to start to reverse that bicycle. So you're going out, flex the foot as you come up, bend, and then go back out to straight. So you're flexing and then pointing as you go out. Last 3, 2, last 1. Last movement here, we're going to start to dip and dip. We're going to turn that into a straighten and twist towards that ball. So you're just going to twist towards the leg that has the ball and then come back through center. Bringing that right shoulder blade off the mat as you twist. Good. Last 4 here. 3, 2, and last 1. Awesome job, you guys. We're going to pull that left knee in, the leg that has the ball, lengthen through that right leg, through that right hip flexor, get a little stretch there. Inhale and exhale it out. Good. Coming through center, you're going to place the ball in between your ankles here. Knees are going to be out wide, so you're in like this diamond shape, okay? If you're keeping that diamond shape, again, we're going to keep our hands behind our head, curl up, looking towards our core. If you don't want that, it's totally fine to just leave your head down onto the mat, just making sure you're not arching through that back like this, so pressing that tailbone down. If you're coming up, if you want to come up, start to just dip those feet down towards the floor and then pull the knees back into tabletop, so over the top of the hips. Focusing on using that core here. Good. Last 3, 2, last 1. You're going to start to keep your legs in tabletop, start to bring those inner thighs together and then open them up. So you're just pulling those inner thighs, legs come into parallel, and then open the knees back up again. Using your core to pull your knees in. So as you pull your knees in, your core pulls in and zips together. Good. Last 3, 2, last 1. You're going to start to kick those legs out to a 45-degree angle and then pull the knees back into tabletop. Knees are still rotated out, so you're pulling them into that diamond shape, squeezing the inner thighs together as your legs go straight. Good, you guys. You got it. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Pull those knees in. Give them a little hug, rock side to side. We're placing the ball behind that opposite knee now. So you're going behind the right knee, holding it there to take that pressure out of the hip flexor. So squeezing that ball in. Left knee comes into tabletop. Make sure both knees are above the hips to start. We're curling up if that's what you decide to do today. We're going to start to dip that leg down and pull it back into tabletop. Awesome job, you guys. Good. Last 2. Last one. We're starting to straighten through that leg. Your right knee's just staying stable here. Everything else is stable. We're trying not to rock from side to side, keeping that stability through your core. Good. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to start our bicycle. So your left leg's pointing up towards the sky. Drag those toes back and then point it up again. Awesome job, you guys. Looking so strong. 2 and 1. We're going to switch directions. So you're going out, flex that foot as your leg comes up, and then bend. Once you get to the top, awesome, you guys. Last 4, 3, last 2, last 1. We're going with that bicycle movement now. You're going to dip one leg, opposite leg, and then start to straighten through that left leg as you twist over towards the leg with the ball. Bringing that left shoulder blade off the mat now. Awesome job, you guys. Keep it going. Last 5, 4, last 3, 2, and last 1. Awesome job. Lay that head down. Bring that knee with the ball in, lengthening through that left side. Stretching out through that hip flexor. Sorry about the noise. They're doing some landscaping outside. Awesome, awesome job, you guys. All right, let's flip it over to that opposite side. We're going to do the opposite side lying. So we're going here. Coming onto that elbow. You have the ball in front of you for some support. We're bringing our knees into that 90-degree angle here. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. It's super loud right now. Ankles are in line with the knees, in line with the hips. We're gonna bring that ball in front, slight weight into that ball, not a lot. If you don't wanna put any, that's totally great too. We're gonna start to just lift that knee up and then bring it back down. So again, focusing on that core activation here to lift and lower that knee, working on our transverse abs. Good, you guys. Awesome job. Last 3, 2, and 1. We're going to start to kick that leg out, bring it back, and then lower the leg. So you're kicking it out at a diagonal, bringing it back, and then lowering that knee and ankle down. Keeping your core active the whole time here. So yes, we are working our glutes here as well, but we're really trying to focus on that core activation here. So bring your mind into your core here, thinking about how your core can help you with these movements. Good, last 2. Last 1. We're gonna kick that knee out to straight now, length through that left side body. Bring that knee in and then drop the knee down. So you're bringing it up, kicking it out to straight. Good. Length through that side. Awesome job, you guys. Last 3, 2, and 1. Holding that leg out straight, tiny lift and lower. Holding strong in that core. I was noticing I was dumping a little bit, so make sure you're pressing up through that right arm. Last 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg down. Pound it out for a second. Give yourself a break. We're gonna combo that all, and then when you're done with this side lying, we're going into those side planks, and then we're gonna be cooling down. So you guys are doing an awesome job. Let's finish it out strong. Lifting that leg off, pressing it out, drop that leg down to the mat, bring it back up, bend, and then bring the leg down. So we're really trying to focus on how that core can help you move this leg around. If you want, you can take your hand onto your core so you can feel that activation as you're doing these movements. We're really getting into everything here. Good. Last 5. Last 4. 3. Last 2. And last one here. Awesome, awesome job, you guys. We're gonna go into that side plank here. So you're gonna bring the ball into your left hand. If you took that full side plank, try to do the same on this opposite side. If not, that's totally fine as well to just go onto your knees here. So let's come up into that side plank. Ball goes up overhead. We're gonna twist underneath and then come back. Ball goes overhead again, or up to the sky, up to the ceiling, not overhead. It's the wrong cue. Activating that core here to help you twist. Good. Last 4. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Ball goes up to the sky, to the ceiling, tiny lift and lower. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop that down. Take that mermaid stretch on this side. So you're lengthening through that side body, taking that Z shape with your feet. Take some breaths. Awesome work, you guys. Okay, we're gonna go into a little cool down to finish here. So we're gonna take the ball and we're gonna go, ball's gonna go underneath your tailbone to start. We're gonna go here. We're taking some hip flexor stretches. I know we worked those hip flexors a bit. Taking your arm overhead, lengthening through that same leg. So you're really getting into that hip flexor, stretching it out. Take a few breaths here. Awesome job, you guys. Let's take a figure 4, pulling that shape in. So you're on your ball still, pressing your tailbone into that ball to really stretch through that hip. Awesome work, you guys. It's such a great job today. Good. Taking the opposite leg out long, opposite, your same arm as leg is going long, so you're stretching out through that side core and through that hip flexor. Take a few breaths here. And then that leg that you pulled in is going to go over the top, pressing into the ball. Really getting that stretch through that hip. Awesome, you guys. Let's take a little butterfly stretch on the ball. You can rock out through that lower back. Open up those knees. Feet are together on the mat. Stretching out through those inner thighs. Opening the hips up here. Just keep it still for a second. Good. Coming off the ball. Woo. We're going to come onto hands and knees. You're going to bring your knees, come into like a little modified plank here. So your knees are going to be back behind you. Your shoulders are going to be above your wrists. So you're going into this modified plank. We're going to pull our core up, sit back to our heels,
into a child's pose here. And then activate your core. Roll your body up back into that modified plank. And then if it feels good for you, let's arch through that back a little bit and stretch out through the front of the core, looking up towards the sky. And then first, activate your core. Start to round through your back. So core is activated here. And then bring yourself back onto your heels, stretching out. Let's do a few more of these. Activate through your core first. Roll back through into that modified plank first. And then feel your core active as you go into this little arch. So don't just let your body drop. Activate your core to start to round through your back again. Sitting back to those heels. The last one here. So everything is intentional movements, not just letting your body do it, really activating through those muscles. Good. Let's just sit back into this child's pose for a second. Take a few deep breaths. And then we're going to slowly roll back onto those heels. Roll your body up. Head is the last piece. You can roll your shoulders back. Awesome job, you guys. You did such a great job today, activating those cores, getting those muscles strong. So proud of you guys for showing up. I love doing these classes for you. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or requests, please leave them in the comments. I love to hear from you guys, love to hear your feedback and what you're wanting to see. If you want any specific workouts, I'd love to accommodate for those as well. So just please let me know. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Whatever you are doing the rest of the day, I hope that it's with intention, just as we did this core series today. And I will see you all in the next workout.